What's up, guys? I'm Joe. Today I'm talking about the new Avatar album, Avatar Country. So, Swedish metal band Avatar are back with their 7th studio album. Not really a band I've followed along all that well throughout the years. I remember when they started to gain some traction in the United States, and at the time I just wasn't too into the kind of harsh vocals and stuff like that, which is something I've certainly grown into since then. But Avatar, a band I had kind of forgotten about, saw that this new album came out, so I decided to check it out. And I gotta say, the album is just a heck of a lot of fun. I really am enjoying this one quite a lot. The album's sort of a mixed bag. You're getting a lot of different styles of metal, a lot of different styles of rock on here. A nice mix of, harsher and clean vocals, and even like a bunch of different styles of the clean vocals, playing off of the sort of concept and the sort of character that goes along with it. Which is pretty interesting. And I think that concept, this Avatar Country, all these songs having to do with this king figure, allow for this kind of experimentation and all these kind of wacky different sounds. Something I don't think would necessarily work on its own if it didn't have like a theme to it, but this kind of allows them to dabble in all these different things, which, like I said, ultimately makes for a pretty fun record. Some complaints that I've seen thrown their way are that it feels a little incomplete. There are 10 tracks on here, but one of them's just a little intro, another one is a speech from this king, and you have two other instrumentals, and one of the instrumentals, track 9, the first part of the Silent Songs of the King, doesn't really go anywhere. It's very low, minimalistic, kind of quiet. The last track, that last instrumental, is pretty great. But otherwise, you kind of have 3 throwaway tracks on here. Some would say 4. I do like the instrumental, though. I don't know. I feel like there's enough on here that it feels complete to me. In my review of the latest Primus album, I had that problem where it didn't feel like a full album to me. It felt kind of like an EP. So I could see where people are coming from and how that would feel problematic and would feel like it's incomplete. I'm just not really getting that vibe. I feel like there's enough substantial material on there to make up for the couple throwaways. The track Legend of the King really gets things off to a very rousing start. Very power metal-like in the way the track takes off and it moves, the swirling guitar leads and all the harmonies and shredding going on here. And the vocals too, reminding me of a lot of power metal bands with the kind of soaring leads in the chorus area, stuff like that. Like I said, a lot of great riffs. It gets into a nice groovy section. A kind of galloping new wave of British heavy metal type feel, which comes up throughout this record. This track is great. It's a nice long song. Has a lot of highs, a lot of lower, more restrained parts before ultimately going back into that riffage. Definitely a great track. We then move on to The King Welcomes You to Avatar Country, which when these country kind of riffs were starting out the song, I thought that this might go bad real fast. But amazingly, I really love this track. It's a whole lot of fun. Once you get into the verses, there's this, southern influence, like bluesy rock guitar riff. The vocals here taking on a Brian Johnson type approach, which is pretty cool. And again, like I said, it's just so much fun, this track. It has such a great beat to it, great groove. And even that little middle section where it gets kind of jazzy and it whispers Avatar Country. I mean, it's so goofy, but it sounds like a commercial for like a spa or something like that. That's what I think of for some reason. It's just effective, kind of presenting this brand, Avatar Country, here it is, welcome. It just works pretty well. The track King's Harvest comes up next, brings that heavy factor back into play, has a new metal type feel to it, heavy riffs, harsh vocals, going back to a bit of their older sound as far as the aggressiveness of it. The King Wants You and King After King. A lot of King going on in the titles here. Both solid songs. Both have a kind of slow build to them, sort of melancholy type feel at times. King After King especially having some really great dueling guitar moments. And his Statue of the King being another standout to me, along with The King Welcomes You to Avatar Country and Legend of the King. I'm surprised I'm not messing all these names up. Again, heavy riffs, harsh vocals, but then it's kind of juxtaposed to this sort of spacier, pre-chorus type section. That's cool, there's more clean vocals, but there's these Queen type backing vocals, which are pretty interesting. Like I said, just a whole mixed bag of stuff you're getting on here, and it just works well in this sort of, it's sort of a goofy concept, I think. And I've seen some of the performances, and they're in costume, and, the singer always has the face paint and stuff like that. I just find it fun. I like the theater aspect of it. I've always been a fan of people such as Alice Cooper that, have this theater side of it. And I find that really interesting on here. I think this concept allows for a lot of experimentation, a lot of different types of metal and rock music, and some very welcome surprises on this album. So I'm feeling a 4 out of 5 on this one. Definitely one I enjoy. Let me know what you think of the album in the comments, whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong. whatever. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. As of now, I'm nearing 100, so if you like the videos, you can subscribe. If you don't like the videos, you can subscribe anyway. I mean, it doesn't hurt anyone. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.